Planting a garden is an act of optimism. When you plant a seed, you put hope in the ground. Your trust is in the future when there is no present sign that life will come. This is a quote from Marilyn Barrett's book, Creating Eden. I think that if we applied the message behind this quote to the rest of our lives, and not just gardening, we would all live much more fulfilling and happy lives. By planting a seed, you base your hope on experience, on what should happen. A seed by itself is, of course, just a seed, but with a little bit of soil, water, and time, it can grow into something. Something that will provide food for generations to come, or offer shade on hot summer days, or even provide wood during cold winter nights. I think it's even more important to plant metaphorical seeds, so that in time, when all of the right conditions come together, all of the time, effort, dedication, persistence, and of course a little bit of hope, those metaphorical seeds can bloom into something meaningful. So I didn't film it because I was getting very frustrated with all of the vines, but I created this A-frame structure out of bamboo fencing. And this is just to encourage the vines from all my squash growing over there to grow upwards onto the structure and not onto the pathway. Yesterday I broke one of my zucchini plants because it was growing onto the pathway, like just right behind me. So I'm only down to 3 plants now, so I thought that I would prevent the squash, like the winter squash, from doing the same thing and me stepping on it, and try to prop it up off of the ground. So that's what's going on over here. So now when I harvest my kale, I have to check that there aren't any cabbage caterpillars on the kale, because the cabbage caterpillars have sort of taken over my kale, broccoli, and cabbage. And obviously I don't want to eat any, so that's why you see me sort of inspecting every single kale leaf when I pick it. I don't know if you can see that. That is a cabbage caterpillar, and unfortunately it must perish. I've taken a few moments to appreciate how fruitful and abundant my garden has been this season. All of these vegetables that we can enjoy throughout the season and preserve for the winter came from a few seed packets that could fit inside a deck of cards box. I wonder how much time collectively my partner and I have spent strolling through the garden to admire the growing progress over the past months. How much time, effort, dedication, persistence, and of course a little bit of hope has gone into this labor of love. All that effort because of my trust in the future, my trust in the garden that life will come. I'm very excited for next year's plans for the garden. We'll be putting up a greenhouse, building another exterior garden, perhaps planting a few fruit trees, and putting hope in the ground. We'll fix and alter the things that didn't work, replicate the things that did, and try new solutions. If not for the abundant, delicious, chemical-free food, if not for the smaller impact on Mother Nature and the environment, if not even for creating a more self-sufficient household, gardening, at least, has provided me with a healthy dose of therapy. Feeling the earth, smelling the fresh air, and appreciating the hard work that goes into growing life-sustaining, nourishing food. Next year, I don't think I'm going to be growing broccoli. It takes up a lot of space, and I don't really get that much out of it, like maybe a head of broccoli per plant. Some have like shoots on the side, but it's not really worth it. But that's part of gardening, right? This was my first like real trial run for like a big garden, and I know what works, what doesn't, and I still have a lot to learn, but I don't think I'll be planting broccoli next year just because it's not worth it. I could get more crop for the same amount of space planting something else. So those are my thoughts on broccoli.